Alright guys, so I just got mail from CNC Madness, and yes, 5mm thick arms. So this is my new frame. So the M3 holes in this frame, I've designed them to be 3mm. A lot of the time you'll design the holes to be a little bit bigger, like 3.1 or so millimeters, just so the screws are, going nice and easily. Whereas this one, you almost have to thread your way through when you're screwing it in. But I think that's probably better because there are only 2 screws holding in the arms, and I want it to be nice and tight. I don't want it to be flapping about. After a few crashes, they might start to get a bit loose. So yeah, and the other thing is I'm going to be using thread locker on these spaces, I guess you'd call them, standoffs. Just because there are obviously no lock nuts. So the other thing is on this build, this screw is a little bit too short. So ideally, probably need to find some longer screws there. So here we go, the frame is built. So as you can see, we've got 4 main standoffs holding that 2mm top plate. Then we've got a 2mm bottom plate, 5mm arms, and then we've got a 1mm very bottom plate, like a kind of a brace at the very bottom there. So I feel like that's going to give me a fair bit of strength. Still want it to be obviously lightweight, so we ended up with 75 grams, which, I don't know, it seems good to me. It's got a pretty small profile, obviously, so it's going to be nice and slippery in the air. I have the foils in the arms over the ESC wires, so I think it's going to be pretty nimble. It's going to be fun. So for this frame, I designed the arms to be completely straight, so I could 3D print this little airfoil. I just drew that up in SketchUp, and I guess you'd call it a half airfoil. So that just goes over the wires there. So I've just got that super glued on, and yeah, the idea is it's just going to give me a little bit more thrust. In practice, I don't think it's going to be a noticeable amount of thrust, but why not? So here you can see the all-up weight. We've got 473 grams, which I'm pretty happy with, to be honest. It's not the lightest quad ever. They're not the lightest motors available, etc. And that was with a 1300 milliamp hour battery. So I've also got some 1500s which I will be using. But yeah, that's where we're at with that. And then this last picture, that's the frame weight without the battery, so 326 grams. Again, yeah, I mean, I'm happy with that for this build. You could definitely build a lighter build with this frame just by choosing different components.